Once a year, the NHRA and ZMAX Dragway present the greatest spectacle in drag racing, the 4-Wide Nationals. After 3 consecutive days of beautiful weather and strong drag racing, the palatial drag strip built on the grounds of Charlotte Motor Speedway crowned its winners. Antron Brown scored his second 2014 win and first in the 4-Wide format when he edged Sean Langdon for the title. Coletta Motorsports teammates Doug Coletta and J.R. Todd ended the weekend as semifinalists. For Brown, there's no time to rest before heading to Houston.
That's why my work ethic's the way it is. When I go home, just because we won this weekend, we're not celebrating. I'm going back to the gym, my trainer to kick my butt. I'm working on my practice tree, and I'm going to come out to the next race, and hopefully I can elevate my game to another level. And that's what I try to do. And hopefully when I look back, one day when I kick the boots up and take the helmet off, and I don't get into a darker for being on fire, I can look back and go, what a career. And hopefully I can leave that legacy behind for my kids to look at and say, my dad was somebody.
In Funny Car, Robert Hite proved in the 4-Wide format, a driver can lose twice and still win the big race. During the first 2 rounds, Hite was the second driver to advance, and in the final round, he was second to none. This is Hite's second NHRA 4-Wide crown. John Force finished runner-up with Tim Wilkerson and Alexis DeJoria finishing as semifinalists.
Yeah, this format is a dangerous format for Mike Neff. It's almost like he understands what he needs to run to win. And you just get to the final. We all joked all day long. Didn't have lane choice second round or in the semi or the last round. We were saying we had table scraps, and we went out there and we still won. From the lane that everybody said was bad. And Mike Neff he never once did I feel like we were at a disadvantage because we were in a bad lane.
Jimmy Alloon became the first international winner in NHRA Pro Stock when he scored the 4-Wide Pro Stock crown by edging out hometown racer Shane Gray. Additionally, Alloon became the 4th non-American winner in NHRA Mellow Yellow drag racing history.
I believe that you're the very first international Pro Stock winner in the NHRA Pro Stock history. What does that mean to you to have that title?
Well, I don't know. It means a lot. It really haven't sunk in yet, let's put it that way. I have a lot of wins in Europe, but this is something special.
The Harley-Davidson team appears to be back, and in the 4-Wide format, they finished 1 and 2. Andrew Hines, whose last win came last year in Charlotte, covered the ZMAX Dragway quarter mile in 6.859 seconds to edge teammate Eddie Krawick, who finished runner-up with a 6.87.4. This was the first career 4-Wide victory for Hines.
You guys had to start over with a new-old combination. Is the Screaming Eagle Harley-Davidson team where they want to be at right now?
We're close. We want to be a little better. Some guys are still out mile an hour us, and that shows horsepower. So we're obviously still down just a little bit, but we're right there enough to where they're not going to run away from us in the back half of the track now like they were all last year. So we've made tremendous strides over the winter to pick up a lot of horsepower, and it's affected our gear ratio tuning, which affects our leaves. So we're going to have to revisit some transmission ratios here in the near future. We don't have a whole lot to choose from since we make all our own. A lot of these guys buy them from transmission companies, and it's like a pro stock car. Those guys are changing transmission ratios all the time. But we've just kind of set in stone with what we got, and we figure if we can go fast with what we have, eventually we can work on it and try and make it better. So.
Competition Plus TV producer Corey Michalik was the Cinderella story of the event. Michalik, who along with his brother Kyle won the Champion Sparkplug Search for a Champion contest, ran a 5:42 to beat Brandon Boer in their first ever Top Alcohol Dragster National event. Top Alcohol racer Dan Pomponio needed only a 6:12 at 2:49 to beat Swedish racer Johnny Lindberg in the final and repeat as NHRA 4-Wide champion. Scotty Richardson made history when he became the 3rd different driver to win in 6 different categories. Russell Jolly handed the monumental win to Richardson when he fouled in his C-Ultra automatic Cobalt. Pete Diagnolo gained a lucky break when Jimmy Ronzella fouled in his Mustang. Diagnolo's Superstock C-modified Camaro launched and got out of shape heading toward the center line, but the wind light already on in his lane. In stock, Gregory Rowe used a 0.03 of a second starting line advantage in his C-Stock automatic Pontiac to beat the B-Stock automatic Mustang of Jeff Harrington. Professional sportsman racer Brad Plord used a 001 reaction time to win the Super Comp division, using a slower elapsed time to beat former Pro Comp racer Al Kenny. In Supergas, Ray Sawyer also had a 001 reaction time and used his starting line advantage to win a double breakout final round against Jeremy Jensen. And rounding out the Lucas Oil Sportsman winners, Marco Abruzzi on fire again in 2014. The 24-race NHRA Mellow Yellow Tour takes a weekend off before heading to Baytown, Texas for the NHRA Spring Nationals at Royal Purple Raceway just outside of Houston. Stay tuned to CompetitionPlus.com for all the latest news and make sure to like us on Facebook. Kathy Fisher, CompetitionPlus.tv.